Yo, LJ. So this is my first vlog or whatever, and my name's LJ. Um, the reason I call myself LJ is because, for one, I don't like my first name. My first name is Jaquan. I don't really. I got cousins named Jaquan and stuff like that, so I like to be unique. You know what I'm saying? So I changed it to LJ or whatever. My middle name is Londell, so I didn't like JL, so I went with LJ. If that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense, but it do. To me, it do. And a lot of the things that I kind of made this vlog about was pretty much as a lot of us go through this thing called depression, and depression can really eat you alive. Like it's so what's the words that I can find? It's so like intriguing to see how bad people go through depression and like what ways they try to get out of it, because the brain is comfortable with what it's comfortable with. If you don't want to get out of depression, you'll never get out of depression. So I'm kind of making this vlog to like kind of like teach a few of you guys, the people that want to listen, the steps of getting out of this depression. And so I've been depression free for about 8 months now, and I promise you, like, if you want me to be honest, I'm probably one of the happiest people alive right now. Like I literally, there's nothing that can like take my mind off of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that can really shake everything that I got going on. Even when I got all the craziness and the madness and stuff going on, like right now with this coronavirus stuff going on, like I'm just, I'm a soul. Like I'm happy and I'm a soul. Like I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be able to express my feelings with you guys and let y'all know that this depression stuff is not, it's not really what it's made up to be, because granted, I don't know how other people feel. You know what I'm saying? It's just my experience. I literally have beat depression and I'm never going back. And I just want to really want to share that with y'all, because a lot of it is mental. A lot of it is mental. And I hope that y'all like, subscribe, share, because a lot of this is going to be very, very interesting. And I promise you, because I'm not the person that's going to be on the dialogue and I got to say this and say that and not say this. I'm a real person. Like, I'm going to tell you all the ins and outs. I'm going to tell y'all everything that's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to be all corporate on y'all. Like, you feel me? Like, I might even smoke a blunt sometimes while I'm doing this little session. You feel me? Because it's a lot of it's mental. So first thing I want to say is, for once, like I said, I beat depression. I was depressed for about 8 months. It was just it was a trickle downfall, and literally one bad thing happened after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, and I wasn't really rocking with it. I'm like, yo, this is like the most saddest time of my life. Like, I don't understand why all this bad stuff is happening to me, and I'm a good person. Like, I felt like I was a good person. I was doing what I needed to do as a good person, and I was doing my dues, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I was giving away stuff and all this extra stuff, but at the same time, I was going through so much BS. Like, it was crazy. Like, I can tell you, like, I don't even know how I'm making this video right now, because through January through like April is like was one of like the worst times of my life, like ever. Every year, every single year, from when I was like 16, every single year. So I pretty much I'm gonna give you a background about what I was going through, because I can't say I beat depression and y'all not know how I was depressed. So okay, first things first. In Ohio, because that's where I'm from, you're allowed to open carry, okay? And open carry means like you can have a gun, but it can't be concealed. Like, you gotta like show the gun and everything. So I was like open carrying pretty much. And like I had went to training and everything, and they like told me like the do's and don'ts of open carrying, because I honestly didn't want to do my concealed carry yet, because like I was still young minded, and I'm like, what if they're watching me? Like, what if they run my plates and see, like, I got a concealed carry and all that stuff. So, anyways, long story short, I ended up going to jail, okay? Ended up going to jail, and I promise you, in jail, they, like, break you down like you're a slave. Like, I did not need to be in there. I did not need to be in there whatsoever, because literally all it did for me was show me that this is really how it is in here. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm straight. Like, y'all is good. Y'all can keep that cot, keep that food, keep all that BS. I'm cool. You feel me? So after I got out or whatever, I was only in there for like, and it didn't take long. I promise you, it didn't take long. I was only in there for probably like, what, 4 or 5 days. And it sucked because I was in there on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And if you know that, everything shuts down on his birthday. Like, ain't no judges coming to work, ain't nothing. So I had to stay in there an extra day. I was so sick. I ain't gonna lie, I was sick as fuck. But, so, after that, like, I had got out or whatever. And my life just went downhill. Like, literally everything I had. Like, and I was working 3 jobs at the time, okay? So, granted, I didn't see this positive until I thought about it. I kept all 3 jobs when I got out, okay? But I didn't have a car. The insurance company and all that stuff, like, okay, so no, let me back up. So I got out or whatever, and probably like 2 or 3 weeks later, I wrecked my car, okay? Now, I didn't wreck it. A lady hit me on the freeway. She came to like a dead stop, and I was just like, I stopped. And we're going, this is 270 now. We are going 70 miles per hour, okay? So for a car to go to a complete stop at 70 miles per hour is dangerous as hell. Y'all know that. So she went to a complete stop. I went to a complete stop. It's 6 in the morning. It's dark. It's dark as hell. Another car behind me did not come to a complete stop, okay? So she smacked me. Now, this car was my life. Like, I love this car. Like, oh my goodness. It was a Grand Marquis LS. Had the sunroof. I had the all blacked out tinted windows with the pipes on it, with the speakers in the back. And it was a doughboy car. I ain't gonna cap. It was a doughboy car. But it was a doughboy car that I didn't sell dope for. I was actually working 3 jobs and living by myself. So I had a lot, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say I was rich, because I was nowhere near that, but I had a lot going on with myself. So, long story short, she hit me, and after that, like, after they told me it was totaled, I was just like, I literally just got out of jail 3 weeks ago, my car get totaled. So in my head, I'm like, damn, what's going to happen next? Because I know something else is coming. Death coming 3, so I might as well be ready for the next thing that's going to happen. So honestly, didn't know what it would be. I think I was dating a girl at the time. We were like on and off or whatever. And I wasn't too much of a good person back then when it comes to dating wise. So I probably had like, you know, I don't even go into that. But so I was dating a girl at the time or whatever, and she wasn't on drugs, but I kind of like started like messing with drugs, if that makes sense. Like, it was just random. Like, someone like, oh yeah, I got this. You want to da-da-da? It wasn't nothing crazy. I ain't gonna say it wasn't nothing crazy, because it was some shit. But, and I kind of just like start going into that. You feel me? And then I ended up overdosing. I overdosed. One of my friends had to come get me from my house, my apartment, and he took me to the hospital. Granted, I was subconsciously there because I knew something was wrong with me, but I couldn't really cope with it. I couldn't drive. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't really do anything. So I called him, and he's like, man, like, I don't even think I told him that I was taking drugs. He just like heard it in my voice and was like, bro, I'm coming to get you right now. Da, da, da. So he comes to get me, and hold on. After he comes to get me, he's like, man, I'm taking you to the hospital. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. And I think as he was taking me to the hospital, I kind of told him, like, yeah, I I popped such and such, such. And it wasn't just a drug. The one drug that I popped, it was like a whole bunch, like in a row. So, but this is all from me being depressed and me being sad and me not realizing it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I was kind of messed up in the morning. Like I think I spent like 2 nights in the hospital, and that's from them pumping out everything that was in my system. I'm actually pretty sure somebody died in the next room due to the fake drugs that we both were taking. I don't know if mine was fake or not, but I'm pretty sure the guy passed away that was in the next room, because I heard it and I could just feel it. And then after a week or so, I kind of seen it like on the internet and stuff. And I'm like, wow, like it was the same dude that I heard about. And rest his soul. But it was the same dude I heard about. And it kind of like blew me. I'm like, man, like that could have been me. You feel me? Like that could have been me. So after I got out the hospital, I'm just like, man, I gotta do something different. Like I can't keep up with this lifestyle that I'm living. And I didn't know why I was living this lifestyle. I didn't know what else I could do. I was just done. Like I literally was done. Like then me and the girl was going through it. And then when you love somebody, it's like, man, like I need you to be here on for me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like everything was just hectic as hell. So ended up, you know what I'm saying, I ended up quitting one of my jobs, okay? I quit that job due to like management reasons and stuff like that. The second job that I had was a packing company. So like it was like a distribution center or whatever. And the vibes was always just off. Like I worked with probably like 300 people and everybody seemed so depressed and sad. And I just got out of this sadness. So I'm like, I don't really want to be around that. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I don't want to be around that. So I started, you know what I'm saying, looking for different jobs and looking for different traits that I could do. And eventually I ended up leaving that job. So fast forward, now that I ended up meeting somebody else, okay? We ended up being very, very intimate, and a son popped up. Boom. So once my son popped up, I'm like, okay, no more nothing, you know what I'm saying? No more depression, no more none of that. Like, I got to get my shit together because I'm not living for me anymore. I'm living for somebody else. So after I did that, I'm like, all right, this is a big change in my life. Like I gotta figure something out, because you know what I'm saying, I can't raise a kid without having nothing to raise him on. So I start changing my morals, I start changing my diet, I start changing everything about me. I start changing the books I read. Like I'm not even gonna say that because I wasn't even reading books back then. Like I was like, man, I hate reading, this, that, and third. So I changed everything about me in general. And I promise you the outcome of that was just like the best thing ever. Like I told you at the beginning, I'm probably one of the happiest people alive. Like there's not really much you can say or do to me that's gonna make me feel down and out and none of that. So being depression wise, I just want to say it takes courage, it takes the mental capacity, and it also takes changing your lifestyle, changing your habits, changing everything that you ever learned and thought about, and changing your mental. Every time you hear that little voice in your head say you can't and you won't and you got to change that too. You have to change every single thing about you. And I'm so glad that I did it, because now I can actually live my life the way I wanted to. I can actually live my life how I planned to live my life before all that unnecessary stuff happened. Which, granted, it was necessary, because at the end of the day, I started looking at the positives instead of the negatives. So, me losing my car, for one, okay? I didn't know what to do. Like, and it was crazy, because after it happened, the ambulance and the cops got there. Nobody came to me. It was a 3-car accident, okay? And nobody came to me to see if I was okay, if I was all right, if my car was cool. Granted, there was 2 other ladies in the accident. The lady in front of me and the lady behind me. they went directly to them. Now, I'm not saying, like, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't, but at the same time, if 7 people are on the scene, then one of y'all should be coming to check the person in the middle of the accident. So I just didn't understand that. So after that shit, you know what I'm saying, like, it was just all crazy, and I just didn't know what to do, and I'm like, okay, this, that, and the third. So I kind of lost my point of where I was going with that, but still, I wanted to add that. But so in the middle of it, like, depression is literally your mindset. Like, so if you can't figure out a positive in every situation that you're in, so and that's where I was going with that. So me losing my car, I couldn't figure out the positive in that. I couldn't figure it out. And after a while, it took me a while. I'm like, okay, I worked all this time for my car. My car's materialistic. Life shouldn't be about materials. Life should be about people and your soul and your love and your dedication to everything and the way you think. I was so stuck on that car. I mean, I'm telling you, I was every like 3 days, I'm like cleaning the car out, making sure ain't no little spots on it. If a bird, if a anything, a little gnat, an ant, anything was on my car, I'm like freaking out. Like, no, get off my car. Like, da 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 da. But it's because I had worked for it so much, you know what I mean? And I really felt dedicated to this car. But the car was materialistic. So there was no reason for me to even actually like keep intriguing myself with this car. So my positive out of that was just to show me that stop being materialistic. Like, that was my positive. And it took me a while to learn that, but that was my positive. I'm still trying to figure out no, actually, no, I think I did figure it out. The positive of me going to jail. Carrying a weapon, okay? If I'm going to live the life that I want to live, then I probably should not be carrying weapons, because if I'm only putting out positivity, that's all I should get, because that's expected of the universe. Like, that's literally expected. So it was showing me, like, you don't need to be carrying this. Like, and then also another positive I got from that was, this is not the place you want to be. You got to see that sometimes you got to be in that field to see that that's not where you want to be playing at. And so that's what my positive out of that was. My jobs now. So the first job, which was I was working at Sherwin-Williams, okay? Ain't no disclaimer on that, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm just saying the name. But I was working at Sherwin-Williams, and somebody hit my vehicle, okay? Now, I was delivering paint. Somebody hit my vehicle, and they ended up trying to, like, put me in a whole bunch of other stuff, and, like, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, man, I'm cool on that. Like, I don't want to deal with having to take a drug test every 2 weeks. And, like, I'm cool on that. Like, it was just bad vibes. I'm saying, like, so I just thought positive, like, I don't need to be here. I'm way better than this. You know what I'm saying? So left that job. Second job, the packing distribution center or whatever.